Times have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it. The Workers Club. I love the name.
Shooting with myself. I mean, I didn't highlight a lot. I have thoughts overall, but I kept trying to just shake my head through these last chapters and kind of like, does it feel rushed? Am I wrong on that? Like he's like,
oh, this last 70 pages, he fits.
It's like 5 chapters, but it's only a small amount. He's like, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it starts he's flashing forward.
Yeah.
I didn't have much, his eyes are microscopes.
He there's one really bad paragraph because he's looking at a little girl.
Yeah,
and
he's looking at the crowd, and I think they're turning into the painting that did he make it, or where they're all screaming faces, and we talked about like, what kind of screaming faces are they're all melting, or is that later?
No, he says my own flesh is gone, terrified. Yep. I looked around to see how many skeletons are still left in the audience.
Oh yes, they're melting. Yes. There's a little girl there. Or there's a woman. Okay, here I do have some. Okay, hold on. I do have some. I started clocking. First, it started right away in the first paragraph. He says a vague amazement passes through me, and I was like, vague. And like he's like, and I was like, oh, this guy's always like searching. He's like searching his feelings, searching something, and so I just highlighted it. This vague thing. I don't know. And then I was like, is this still been the whole book? Have I talked about this before? It's a lot where he's like a vague this, a vague that. Yeah, I started like clocking. So then the other thing I've highlighted, and I see now at the bottom, fourth and final turnbuckle. 4 turnbuckle ring? The fuck? Am I wrong on that? Is that not weird?
What do you mean?
It's 3 ropes, 3 turnbuckles, right? Am I crazy?
Son,
are there 4 turnbuckles?
You know what this is? This is the Christmas Secret Santa thing all over again.
What? Did we talk about
Where
this?
it was a simple mathematical concept that you could not grasp.
1, 2, 3.
There's 4 corners.
4 corners? But aren't there 3 ropes?
What are you talking? Oh, so you mean there should be 12 turnbuckles?
I think there should be only 1 for each rope. He's talking about he's in the corner, and he's going 1, 2, 3. If there's a 4th turnbuckle, wouldn't there be 4 ropes?
Oh, I'm sorry. You just mean in that corner.
Yeah. The 4th and final turnbuckle.
I'm sorry. And I don't know, maybe they use a boxing ring in this.
Or maybe he's going around to each turn. Look. I was like,
right. That's what I thought you were saying.
Okay.
Around the ring.
So that means I'm wrong, and my numbers thing does come into play. Whereas I was like, this guy has 4 ropes. Okay, sorry. So you are right in that reading that he's just, I think, going around.
Yeah.
I thought he's climbing.
I don't know. Nothing happens.
Yeah. The woman with dyed blue hair. And then I was like, is he talking about an old lady? But no, she has a daughter. He's painting, yes. Oh, I bellow against this fate, but cannot hear my own voice. That's what he's thinking as he's screaming at the fans. And I just wrote, I have no mouth, but I must scream Harlan Ellison. I don't know. So Chuck Beastie's death was ruled accidental.
Yes. Now we're in.
And even though it was determined, he struck the table head first, and I was like, well, yeah, it's determined. It was on pay-per-view or TV or something. And it's just like, yeah, he landed on his head, and of course he's like, the boys knew what was up. And it's like, yeah, the guy plunged head first. Like, what's the mystery?
Well, they're saying it was a suicide.
Yeah, everybody knows, but he's like, yeah. But he's doing this cheeky thing where he's like, yeah, the public thought he accidentally threw, like, you weren't even around. Like, who watched that and was like, accident?
Yeah, sure.
So he's in where is it? Oh,
Vince calls him.
Vince calls him. He's in the limo. The rain is assaulting the roof. I highlighted that. Uh, and then he's watching the rain on the window. It looked like transparent blood. I just wrote no. Transparent blood?
That's stupid.
It's stupid. It's just
how is it blood anymore?
flat out stupid.
So Vince wants him to work Hogan.
Yeah, yep.
But he's got to miss Chuck Beasty's funeral, so Vince is being a dick.
Yeah, I thought about this and I was like, okay. I didn't realize it was like this is a turn, I suppose. He's adding some drama in there. They're kind of go back. Vince says we are in the business of sports entertainment. Now the key word there is business. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Shouldn't the keyword be entertainment of sports and I don't know. We are in the business of sport. The key word there is business. Oh, okay. So back to the beginning of the sentence. They bring up that the Hulk, the Sonny Logan, used to be called Steve Strong. He says, "Okay." So then our boy says, "I'll do it. Just give me the address of the funeral home where I can send flowers." And I was like, "Wouldn't you?" He knew when the funeral was. He would have that information.
Sure. But I hate his. This is like the quote I've been sitting on. It's such a stupid quip. He goes, "Another fallen product, huh, Tom?" I'm like, come on.
Like another fallen product, Thomas. Yeah, I sneered. If he wasn't sneering, he was nodding blindly because he's kind of like acting checked out, and then he keeps seething, but like pushing it down. Yeah, he's like, I was seething. So he's gonna get a title shot. He leaves. They don't. He gets picked up at the airport. He goes to the airport to meet Vince, and then they don't go anywhere. And so he just goes into the airport. So then he's the chameleon, the gimmick where he impersonates other wrestlers, which is in this world a main event gimmick. He's with all the top stars, and he's like, I gotta. This is very important to me.
You're skipping ahead here.
Am I?
Yeah, because we get the whole. But if you're skipping something, it's big. First of all, he meets with Sonny Logan, and he talks about he's bald because he was taking steroids.
Yeah, this is right before that, where he talks about that he shaves his own head, like he shaves the top of his head.
That's before that?
Yeah, before my first title show.
Oh, I'm sorry. God, it's so small. I apologize.
Yeah, no. I shaved the front of my head. Oh, I went back and was like, wait, did I just... Because I kind of moved around. Okay.
I didn't even highlight that.
He shaves his head. Like, he basically makes himself look like Hulk Hogan. So he shaves the entire top of his head, but leaves all the long hair, right, and bleaches it. This is important because the time, like we said, it all comes together real fast. Like, it's over a matter of, like, a month, I feel like.
Well, but he was just dressing like Beastie, so he's got long hair.
Yeah. It was like... So yeah, but then Logan's he clued him in that it was because maybe due to roids that he lost the top of his head.
But he said, "I think these cannons are worth losing a few hairs."
Like flexing in front of him. So where was he? Oh, he gets a tank top with this Hulk Hogan World's character. The tank has his trademark phrase, which is American Dreamin', and I was like, that's pretty lazy.
Yeah.
How do you even work that into a pro?
Right.
So he's doing it, and then it...
Well, it's not working, though.
It's not. He doesn't feel like... He feels like he's got nothing to work with.
Yeah.
And it comes in later, but when it does, I'll wait.
Okay.
So it cuts to... I know you wanted to talk about that.
Sorry.
No.
He's talking about there is a rival organization, the ICW.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
And they were just purchased by Brad Burner, a media mogul.
And then I read it and I was like, oh, Larry did mention Brad Burner. I was like, and I stand by where I was like, fuck it. These names are either like, you have to like kind of who's he talking about? Or they're just
Sometimes.
or
yeah,
they're
right.
Brad Burner owns
Yeah.
ICW.
So he's signing guys to big money deals, right?
Yes. I did. I have a note of tycoon question mark. this our author Ben Peller gets into this thing where he takes the Vince McMahon Ted Turner feud, and he's like, but what if they're brothers? And he makes them brothers.
Well, they're not brothers. They just grew up together.
Is that what it is? I thought they
Yeah,
were brothers.
yeah.
Oh,
They
kids
went to
growing
the
up.
same
Sorry,
school.
I took kids and put them. Okay, they're kids. Okay, but they knew each other.
Yeah.
And
that's why their hatred grew, because of something as a kid.
now one guy is Ted Turner, that he's made billions launching cable channels, and he goes in. So he gives a couple ideas. They, maybe Brad never let him swing the baseball bat is one, or maybe when they were preteens. Again, it was Brad didn't let Thomas have a ride on his new motor scooter. He has it all in high school. They ran in track they ran student body president. I don't know why I thought track. They ran for student body president, and rock hard Vince won.
Yes.
So
yes.
they separate out. This guy, my big thing is he keeps going like they're the same guy, and it's like, no, that's Vince propaganda. Vince is just a wrestling promoter, and Brad Burner is a media empire.
Yeah.
So Sonny Logan explained all that to him in Buffalo. And it is that Vince propaganda of Brad.
No. Sonny Logan didn't explain it to him. Ricky Witherspoon did. The $1 billion baby.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Because he's the one that's leaving.
Oh yeah, and he's like, end of the story. I'm taking a contract.
Yeah.
There is this thing. So Ricky, he goes, and Ricky Witherspoon goes where the money is. Before I could make a comment about living the gimmick, and I was like, was this the first time that the title has been thrown in there?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
No, I don't remember it.
So then they said Darren Domino is also going, and he's the pooper, correct?
He's the rapist.
He's the rapist who poops on women. So going to WCW.
Dumpster Domino.
And I was like, did Duke go to WCW? I wonder if he was one of those, in that.
I could see him on Saturday night.
That Death of WCW book where they're like, these are all the contracts. The dumpster was making this.
Yeah. $6 million.
Yeah, and he was only showing up on Saturday nights. He hits the Chris Bra air. I mean, yeah, I don't have much.
No, nothing. Ricky goes away, and then he meets with Vince, Rocker Jr.
In the sharp dusk chill.
He said we need a necessary shift in direction. So, and Rob Robertson's there too, so they're going to change his gimmick.
Oh yeah, because the crowd is at one point chanting "stupid" and "boring."
Yes.
And I was thinking, I mean, yeah, I'm with
in a Hogan match.
And a guy's doing Hogan to him. It's like, oof, yeah, Lord. So, yeah, I know you've got this highlighted. They're talking to him about changing the gimmick, and they're all there. Pat Patterson, Gorilla. Hippo boomed reassuringly as he plunged his hand into a bag of potato chips, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. I actually got the next one.
Oh.
Where he says, we stick by our workers, Hippo confirmed, and shook a potato chip at me in the same manner as a judge would wield a hammer.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I was like, so when things are out of way, holding it possibly, or looking at it, I don't... I like that, because I think this is, again, Pat Patterson is gay in this. He's very, very gay. And the Rob Robertson says, remember Breakout Jones? He tittered.
Now, what does that mean?
He's like, I guess, because in tittering, I was like, so he was like, he's being very coy.
Okay.
Maybe he's got a finger on the lip. Remember Breakout Jones? Which I like Pat Patterson did.
But I like the gimmick, though.
Yeah. Oh,
that he was a rap guy, and rap went out of style, and that's why he isn't around anymore.
yes, and remember this is like in the this is in the 90s, and it's like remember when rap had its moment? It's like I feel like it's still in there and possibly getting better. But then they went, well, he's Black Magic now.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
He's
well,
probably
this has
Shawna.
got that tinge of WWO racism.
It does.
There was Hippo's methodical chewing, which I know he wrote. I know we've talked about that before. The methodical
The what?
chewing. Hippo's methodically chewing, which I
Is he?
know he's written before because I think I talked about how does
Okay.
that work.
That sounds like yes, sure.
So he tells.
God, you're right. That's 3 food references in about 3 paragraphs
I
for
know.
Hippo.
Well, Hippo's always like thinking
That's
while
right.
he chews. Grillo is the thing. He's pondering as he slurps down 2 hot dogs. But he tells him, Vince, I gotta go find my gimmick, and he played in here, and he points to his heart, which Pat Patterson's not a fan of.
Well, he wants 2 weeks off.
Yeah, he says. Yeah, Vince is like
And-
no more than 2 weeks.
Patterson thinks he flipped,
He's gonna go to the ICW.
which he's under contract.
I know,
Is he
yeah.
not?
But apparently everybody. That's what I thought. But then everybody else is just like,
Feels like everyone's
yeah,
under
they can
an
just-
open contract.
Yeah,
in
they can
WR
just-
terms.
And then later he's like, and then he started putting in exclusive clauses.
Oh, does he say that in here?
Something like that. And it's like, okay,
Okay.
so he never had that in before, but then how can you still break a contract? I feel like Vince would sue the person and be like, you broke the
Sure.
contract. There was it was the WWO I had seen in my dreams as a child, and Thomas Rockhart Jr. with characteristic certitude. I was like, yeah. But
but the thing is, so Patterson doesn't believe him, but Vince is trusting
Yeah.
him that he'll see him in 2 weeks.
Vince is looking him dead in the eyes and going, see ya in 2 weeks, pal.
So now we're gonna have
He goes on a drive. It's like, hey, let me tie this all back together.
a coming of age tale.
Yes,
Is what this is.
yes.
A novella.
And I keep writing, what year is this? I feel like only a few years have passed since
Yeah.
we started. And he's like, it's the whole book's a reeks of, yes, remember that? And it's like, that only took place over like 4 months. No real person would be like, my best friend of 4 months.
Yeah.
It is that. He's walking down memory mile.
From when he worked the armory in Sacramento one time
yes,
and expounding upon it.
yes, it is. It's very much that. And he's like wistfully looking back. He goes and visits his friend BJ. And he meets his family. BJ wanted a family. And then BJ, they have dinner. They're having spaghetti and garlic bread. It's very homey. It's very, and then he also had dinner with Trevor's family, the Undertaker, and it was the same thing. Kids are giggling. He's looking around, going, "I want this," Or this makes me feel cozy. BJ on the porch, they're drinking. He goes, "By the way, the kid, he's not mine. He's not."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which the author then goes out of his way to be like, he looks just like him. So I don't know if that was him to like trying to swerve me later or just going, I think back and go, well, it's fine. He looks like him, I guess. But BJ's like, the doctor. I said, was it the steroids? And the doctor goes, maybe. It is just like,
That's a good answer.
great, awesome. And but then he goes on this weird little tangent where I was like, wait, I got confused and then went, oh, this is weird.
See, the BJ stuff, I just don't give a
You checked
shit
out.
about. So
I read
I
it.
have a couple things.
I
but-
didn't. I read it very like homework. Like, okay, here we are, BJ again. Because there's no investment in BJ. I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
BJ.
Right.
Because he did that too with the even before all this, he's like, I remember us eating tacos, and it's like that happened 6 months ago. You can't look back on the tacos when you
Yeah.
cheers each other. BJ goes, we did with our artificial insemination. We went to one of those banks, and it's like, yeah, one of those banks. Yeah, those banks. And then he goes, I remember I used to joke about going and getting paid $50 to whack off. And then the guy goes, "You did that?" Or hero. And he goes, "Yeah, twice." Which I was like, wait, were you joking? I got so confused. I was
Right,
like, I thought
because
he
the
was
first
joking
time.
about it. And then he's like, did you? And then he's like, yeah, I did. So I was joking about it, and then I just did it. But he was like,
Yeah, that's very weird.
he goes, he did it. He's got to like explain why he
Because
was
you wouldn't
able.
refer to it as something we used to joke about maybe doing.
Yeah, it's like some
You'd
jokes he
say
had.
it reminded me of that time I did that thing.
Yeah. So it's this weird little. Ben Peller couches little things in where it's like, I don't know how you feel about this, man. I don't know if you're for it, you're against it, you feel weird about it. Because he throws in there like, just in case you thought it was bad sperm, or you're like, how would the sperm even work? It was before I did steroids. Okay, I just turned 18 before I did steroids. It's like, okay,
right,
okay.
Right.
Before I start taking all that shit. He grinned with tired humor. God, he's so wizened. They're like 26. Maybe even that might have pushed their age. I feel like they're less than 20. But then he goes, I always like to think that maybe I got my own sperm, And I'm like,
right.
what is this? What's happening right now? These are dark thoughts.
But I like the vague aroma of flowers.
I also highlighted, and that's where I was like, here we go, vague, boom, vague aroma. And I was like, he's talking about daffodils, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's talking about dandelions. I'm almost positive he's talking about dandelions.
Why? What does he say about daffodils?
He's just like, it makes me think of daffodils, even though they have no scent that I knew of, which is like, you read about it, you never smell the daffodil. But then he's like, I just remember them popping off their yellow heads as a kid.
Oh, yeah, you're right. When I read that,
And they grow back overnight. Yeah, and I'm like, that's a weed, son. You're talking about the wrong flower.
I don't think they got those in LA.
Daffodil. And then I Googled daffodils to be like, maybe I'm crazy. Just to check. And I was like, no, that's a full-blown flower. And if he's popping this off, you're in people's gardens.
So BJ's wife got some stuff from storage, and it's got a bunch of old mementos.
She went to the apartment he abandoned. And he drops to his knees. He's like, my God. Oh, my God. And I clearly remember him many times in the book being like, it's my past. I gotta move on. I don't care. Fuck it. And then he goes,
he's having issues.
He underlines our issue. He goes, what? How long had it been? 6 months? A year? 2 years? Not a lot of time.
No.
So he's looking through it. He's remembering his grandpa. He looks at like some old art books that he rented out, and he's like, these are overdue. What's this, March 9th, 1987? 2 years ago? He's got the underground steroid guidebook. Is that real?
Yeah.
Is that I mean, I'm sure there was some kind of
bootleg
something handbook, like, here's what we've.
Yeah, probably. You probably get it at a Gold's Gym from a guy.
I want to find one. It did make me think, I gotta find something like this. And then he finds his wrestling pillow. He saved it for last. He saw it at the bottom, I assume, and he's like, I saved it for last. He pulled it out, and immediately he thinks of Chuck Beastie falling.
Well, that's because he drops it.
Yeah, he's like,
because he drops it on the floor, and he thinks of Beastie falling to the.
This dude is thinking when he's writing this book, and he's like, and it could be a screenplay, and this is where you put in the little bit of a clip where Beastie's falling. Cut to me, one shot, my eyes wide, looking at the pillow falling. And he goes, memories. There's something. And he blinked. He clocks his blink.
And he takes his last Valium.
He does.
And he forgot to go to Santa Claus before he left.
Yep. He did.
He's nervous. because wait. I tried to call how long it had been since I had gone with an entire 2 days without taking a painkiller. Valium is not a painkiller, but that's okay.
I did. I was kind of nodding along as I read it, and I went, I guess if you were like, you're like, yeah, sure. I don't. I mean, I feel pain, but I don't
That's
care.
true.
I guess. Like I was
Yeah.
trying to go along with it. Like sure. Which then I did. What pills did Ben Peller take? What I feel like if he honestly taken Valium, or maybe he did, and then he was like, I bet this wouldn't make me feel any pain. It was like, well,
Right.
so then, because we looked up his match record, I don't think it's enough where he'd be like, this weathered old wrestling body.
No.
So,
But anyway,
he gives the
BJ
pillow
and
to
him.
BJ's son,
Oh, that's right.
and they both are like, I'm jealous of you.
Yeah.
They laughed. Bullshit. And we laughed. He drives away, and he has one of those. Once we talked about where he starts, like, his eyes roll back in his head, and he's like, oh. And he's looking at the houses that he looked at when he drove in, and he was like, and now I found myself imagining the individual worlds they contained. Separate realities where human emotions and memories could endure. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Lord Almighty.
Hadn't he done that before?
Yes, he done the thing where
because you talked about the
he's looking at the
speed in which
houses.
you have to imagine
Yes.
each family.
Yes, he was looking at the houses and being like trying to imagine their entire lives and their worlds, and he's like, "Yo, they're moving too fast. I can't hold them in my head."
He goes back to see his old school, wrestling school, and the guy he beat up when he debuted is running it.
Yeah, the rich kid who
Staffer.
hated his parents, even though they gave him everything, and he was like the high flyer in the class. And it's been a couple years, and now he's very old. He's aged.
No. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Aries. That was Aries. Aries.
Oh, Aries.
Yeah.
I was talking about Staffer. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he goes to Stafford School, but Aries is working there.
Yes.
And Aries was that kid.
See, I couldn't remember who the hell Aries was.
The last time we talked about him, we won, or at least I asked what, because he describes everything. He does not describe Aries his race, which I'm always shocked by. I feel like he's Asian, just because of the way he described him, but I could be wrong. Which was very little. Everybody else gets a full racist description, but not Aries.
Sure.
So Aries now, after 2 years, appeared a little stockier and a lot slower. It was 2 years of that independent circuit, throwing himself through tables. So he's teaching a class. He's like, kind of like, he's watching. Aries goes, hey, if you hurt yourself, take a soma. And he finally remembers when Stratford would offer nail polish.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, kid, a voice from what seemed like several lifetimes ago. And this is a guy, spoiler, it's the guy that he crippled in the WWO, which we've established it's been like a year.
Yes.
But it's several lifetimes ago. It set off a shrill alarm inside of him. It's Rand Staffer.
Yep.
The Canadian guy. With that surprisingly doesn't get brought up, the accent. Not once.
No, it does.
Oh, it does?
They go sit down together, and the one's like, are you pissed at me? And they kind of talk it out, and they kind of respect each other.
Well, yeah. But his accent never comes up. He was really obsessed at first with establishing that he'd be like, are you trying to shoot on me, eh? And he's like, oh, no. And he said, my no sounded better than his no. Or was that just for that? I don't know. I kept waiting for him to be like, and then he said with a heavy A, he forgave me.
Yeah, okay.
So they say Shane Stratford went insane. That's why he's not there. He lost his mind. Part old age, part nail polish abuse. Well, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
So he explains why he's there, and then he's like, hey, man, remember when I crippled you in the ring? That was my version of shooting. It was I absolutely crippled you. And he's like, yeah, I remember. No hard feelings. He does. He's like, he went through all the trouble of flying to an event, going to the hotel, watching him, stalking him. And I went, what am I doing? I don't even like wrestling.
Oh, I forgot about that story.
Yeah.
Yes, God, that was stupid.
He, by the way, our hero clocks that he was, during all this, he's kind of looking at his head because he sees that the top strands of his hair drift like small ripples over a dark pond. Again, I'm like, hey man, this guy's trying to communicate with you as a human being, and you're, oh, his hair looks like ripples on a pond. Are you high? I thought you took your last Valium. So they have him sign a poster. His poster's up there with all the others. And his friend goes, hey, Chuck, but Beastie died doing what he loved. And Michael Harding, our hero, is kind of like, what? You didn't know him. You stop that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Aries, who now is running his parents' car washes and is very wealthy, but he's obsessed. I guess the only way he can wrestle now with his broken body is to teach it. He's just like, you know what? He's like, he stands by it. He's like, hey man, he's lucky. So Aries wants to die. He wants to die in the ring, even though he's got nothing to complain about.
Doing what he does.
Yeah, he wants to crash through a table and not get up. So he goes to his hotel, and he starts having withdrawals. And he goes through it all, like, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I should. Well,
you didn't mention the moon over. You didn't mention the moon's over my hand.
No, he stops by Denny's.
Okay,
he stops by Denny's. No, I didn't.
But yeah, he's kicking bad.
Yeah. And, to be fair, how many wrestlers probably did have some kind of like, oh no, here we go. And it started in a Denny's or started in a Waffle House. And they went, I got to get back to my car or my hotel, somewhere safe.
And he's at a Denny's, which, come on, we've had Denny's experiences before in this book.
Oh, yeah. So he definitely went to a Denny's.
When he's high, so this is the opposite.
Yes, he is. He's bookended it. Yes.
Yeah.
He went in once and acted a fool, and now he's also again acting like a fool, but this time he's going off. He's not getting on, he's going off.
Yes.
And he thinks he's going crazy. And he talks about, he wants some Primatine tablets. He wants, what do I have here? Yeah, I just wrote word vomit down. I mean, did you have any of this highlighted? Like, I mean, it's just like...
No, doesn't he goes back to the training place to find some pills, right?
He thinks about it. He thinks about, I should do this, I should go to the hospital, I should go back to the class and get somas, I should go get this fake ephedrine, I should do this, I should...
Oh, that's right.
But I think, look, if his intention was to write this very oh, my brain is melting, help me, I'm withdrawing, I'm half in, half out. If it was meant to, because it comes off like that, it's just like run-on, like, imagery. Like
it's a Sopranos dream episode.
Yeah, the flesh on my forehead sees revenge for all the time. He's bleeding. Beastie's body's falling into the coffin, and money's being thrown, and people's maggots are on his forehead. There's a doorway. His mom's coming through the doorway. Your father's dead. He's got the bones. The bones are, disappearing. He's looking at his reflection. He's dissolving. The child's finger is dissolving. It's sparks melting, gone. The awakening took place.
You sounded like Ellen Ginsberg.
Is everything. And then he comes through.
Yeah.
But he says it took place in many stages. And then it's basically his mind was putting his body back together. And on to chapter 13, Unmasked. So the champion's coming out. He's talking to the ref. It's very clearly Sonny Logan, and I'm like, why doesn't he not just say it's Sonny Logan? He keeps going the champ, the champ. It's this air of mystery. The champ is coming
Yeah,
down, and I'm like, still even then, it's like I am a true. I mean, he writes, "I am a true American" is in the lyrics, which he can't be
yeah. Well,
any.
sure. By then, yeah,
Which I wrote. I thought to myself, you went through making up all these other fake lyrics, and then you just gave up, and you're like,
yeah. That one's bad.
which is like, yeah. Do you? At what point was there somebody reading this? I don't know how many they went. Oh, it's Logan. It took that long.
Maybe.
I don't know. So he calls Shawna.
Yeah.
He says the mountain just came to Muhammad, and he goes. I had a question.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
The mountain just came. It's a phrase.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I've
it's a
never heard
phrase. But saying it to her, I was like, okay, like I don't know. Like it's usually like you move the mountain to Muhammad, which is it's some great act of power. It's
that.
finally
Okay.
happened.
So where does she live?
I guess she lives out in out west. That's how.
Yeah,
Just outside of
I don't know.
Phoenix.
I picked.
So
Okay.
Arizona. I felt when he was
Yeah, I
talking about. It, I was
pictured
like,
her always being in the desert.
yeah, she was the 1-to-1 to Miss Elizabeth and Chuck Beastie, who had that desert story. Okay, well, we're gonna get into it here. She lives in a very. She has like a river in her house. I want to know where the money is coming from. That's what I wrote.
Well, that's because it says her house was in an upscale neighborhood.
Yes, and it's very well appointed. She's got like a little creek running through the house.
Yeah, and she's like never concerned about making it in wrestling. She just kind of does whatever. So he shows up.
She shows up,
and she's asking if he wants a drink, and obviously he's not drinking.
Yep. So he drinks a lot of water.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's she gonna tell me?" She's gonna talk to him. And I mean, you got to do a victory lap. It's wild that you predicted this. In my mind, it's wild. I was like, it's just gonna be something dumb, like
I
it's
screamed
her
at the
brother.
wife next to me when
I
read
cannot
this.
believe you called this. She was a man. It's her.
Yeah.
It's
Well, he's okay. He's like, I don't know what's happening. I want you, but I also want to wrestle. So he's torn between his two things.
Well, you didn't go. She was the brawler. That's how she rests. She goes into her whole thing. He doesn't get it at first. She shows him the picture. And he's like, okay, what do you want from me, huh? And she was like, damn it, Michael. I was him.
The brawl, yeah.
A blonde, tanned, Von Erich looking young man.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So he's like, he gets this information.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
Because Ben Peller's got thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts, experiences, clearly in his writing.
I like that when she first hands him the picture, he acts like he kind of does. He looks at it and acts like he knows what's up. He goes, I see. But he does. He's a dummy. He's a she thinks that he goes, I'm sorry, it must have been hard for you to lose to him. Yeah, she keeps a picture of a guy she lost to. That's
well, see, I thought he was saying that the guy died.
Oh, I took it the stupid way. Like he was like, "Oh man, you took the 1, 2, 3 on that one." No, he does. No, you're right. He does. So he's
okay. Yeah,
he's
she tells him.
No.
He's now mouthing it.
You were him. He's very slow on it. But then,
yes,
God, he goes, Jesus Christ, Shawna. I began laughing. It's too perfect, I howled. It's too. This is exactly.
What a ruse.
Yeah. So she's like, I don't know what's going on. She's kind of like, okay.
No, she says, I told you I could surprise you. By the way, I was one hell of a shooter.
Yeah, she's like, I think she's like, okay, is he gonna, yeah, she's nervous a little bit. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna hit you or whatever, I'm not gonna get in.
Oh, okay, that's how you read it.
Yeah,
Because she did say it edgily.
she's got to get a dark look.
Yeah.
So she's like, he goes, oh no, Sean, I'm not gonna. Mind if I sit down? And he sits down. So she's like, hey, I've never told anybody this before that I used to be a man. And oh no, I cracked. I've fallen in love with tons of transvestites in my life, and I was like, I originally read it as him just being like, "Don't worry about it," and then he drops that info.
Oh, so you think he's being sarcastic?
I didn't think he was being sarcastic. I thought he was being honest, and just being like, and then
that's how I read it too. But I think I only think that because I saw the picture of him
with people in drag.
But no, I think he is. I think we have it wrong.
I think he's being sarcastic. But the way it reads, with her going,
right.
He's
no,
being
because
sarcastic.
She's talking about how new it is for her.
But we both,
so he's acting like.
Originally, I read that as like him being, and I was like, when did we establish that? Wait, hold on, no.
Right.
Well, she says transvestites are men who dress up like women, and he goes, oh, sorry, I meant transsexuals, which this was in 2000. This also, by the way, so he published this in 2000. This is a wild thing to put in there. And then he definitely just glosses on and moves on and is like, anyways, love of my life is transgender. Which is
it's
great.
Very progressive.
But again, which then goes into, so he must have been very within himself okay with it. I
think so. I think.
I prefer to be called a woman, she says. So he's like, yeah, and he writes it as she, and he's just like, yep. He asks her about the history, like, how did this happen? She makes a quip, I was bored on a Friday night. But then she brings up, and this then goes into the aesthetic. It's all like wood, and an eagle is in her house, perched. And Native Americans felt that men who believed they were women possess supernatural powers. Are you Native American? I asked. I don't know, she said. There was never any information about my parents available to me. The horrible orphanage, if that's the case. But judging from my skin color, well, she's just a tan redhead. She was blonde, and they've established she's a very tan blonde when she was a man. But now she has red hair.
Oh, that's right.
I'd say there's some kind of Indian blood in me, and it's like, this is... the switch from Native American to Indian, some Indian blood in me.
I ran this one by the fact checkers, and it came up bullshit. I had to read that one aloud.
Were you ever in elementary school and there would be like the kid or two that were like, I'm 1% Sioux, and it's like,
oh, I have them in my family.
I'm 1% Sioux, okay?
It's always Cherokee. It's always my great grandmother was a quarter Cherokee.
So she has that going on, and I mean, I was thinking like, this is a conversation he's had. There's no way that you do the Native American, the manner, the way, like, that's somebody that's said this to him. Like, it goes back, way back.
I don't know. To me, it feels like something white people think Native Americans.
I'm talking about the men believe they were women possessed with supernatural power.
That's like something Jim Morrison would think the Indians did or said.
There's, I'd say if you're Ben Peller and you hooked up with somebody that's transgender allegedly or whatever, you'd eventually, if you heard this story about Native Americans, you'd be like, okay, I feel okay about this. So he does say, he begins picturing her as a little boy and goes, good God, this must be so wrong. What the hell am I still doing here? Which is, I was like, what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah.
Which again, I think is Ben Peller wrestling with, like, when I started thinking about them back when they were a little boy, and I went, oh, what's wrong with me? And so I feel like Ben Peller's getting some stuff out. This is a wild thing to put in a book.
That's what I was
The
saying.
book that
It's
this
written by a
is,
guy with experience.
this is the book that this is, which was like kind of like my kind of. I think this is what it would be like. I kind of pursued it. This is what I think would have how to play out. By the way, also this is what I really know about. And
Yeah.
uh, uh,
He's like having a trauma, and she has to ask him if she should keep going or not.
so he
Which
goes,
is
"Oh,
just
did you
her
ever have
talking
sex
about.
with anyone all these years?" She's like, "No, I didn't fuck guys when I was a guy. I wanted to be a woman when I fucked guys." And he's like, "Whew, okay," which I guess in his mind that would have been too much. Uh,
Uh, okay. Yeah.
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 Because she's telling this story, and then he just cuts in and goes, "Did you ever have sex with anyone else all those years when you were, a wrestler, being a guy?" And
Oh,
I let my eyes
yeah.
close again. He's doing all these weird faces as he does. He's like, "Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like he's just in a chair trembling,
yeah." He's
and she's
definitely.
holding his hand and helping him through
There's
this.
definitely this thing where he's sitting deep in the thing as he sits in this bamboo couch or whatever, and he's just like, "Uh huh, okay." Uh, she goes, I like this. She goes, but a few years later, after I had gotten the operation, it was on. I found out I
Yeah.
still wanted to be a pro wrestler, and so then she goes back to school. I guess they're
Yeah.
like, I feel like she knows what she's doing. Uh, I opened my eyes. Shawna was still. Look, I'm not even gonna ask who paid.
Hey,
We ever establish where all
hang
this
on.
money came from?
The brawler worked a territory, right? Didn't she said Memphis, right?
Yeah, she was driving out of Memphis to a show in Arkansas.
Does anyone ever wonder whatever happened to
I
that
know.
brawler
Because she made her home in
guy?
Memphis. You don't think Jerry Lawler was like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
This 20-year-old woman comes out of nowhere, and the
Yeah,
brawler is
yeah.
dead.
And I never heard of that other kid. The brawler's disappeared, but now this person that looks pretty close. Like again, I kept thinking, okay, so what are we in '92 or something like that? And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, the operation. I feel like that's been Peller going. Look, it's a woman, okay? She had an operation. It's not weird. It's like I'm not saying it's weird, Ben. I'm fine with it, Ben.
Right.
I feel like now if he wrote the book, he'd be like, yeah, it's just a transgender. I'm okay with it. I love it. I don't think there'd all be this other stuff.
Sure.
He goes, it's very so basic. Where he's like, you must have guys hit on you all the time. And she's like, yep. And then so he's like,
But she says she never responded.
yeah, she no sold him until him. And he's like, you mean until that night in the hotel? I bit my lips, so both. Who kissed who, Romeo? Guilty. She goes, by the way, what you're doing right now, which is not what he's doing, but she's going to say it. You're going on what the Native Americans call a vision quest.
Yeah, that one didn't fly
He,
either.
he acknowledges what we've been saying, though, that he's an idiot. That's a nice name, I remarked idiotically. I was like, yeah. You're not done with it yet. She's now the helpful Native American. You must go on. You must continue on your quest.
So what is she saying?
Oh, she brings out, and she brings out the post. Okay, she establishes a couple things. That the thing she had him draw was the
Yes.
the area she was when she was like, I'm going to be a woman. And
No. It was the first time she felt like a woman.
Okay, right.
Since having the operation.
Right. And then she says the first time she really felt like a woman or felt validated was when he drew her.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I was.
Yeah. And so then she's colored though what he drew, and he's like, oh shit, there's a sun in the middle of it, and it's going up or down. He doesn't think that, but that's like, he's
Yeah.
like, whoa. And I don't. Did he tell her this story? Dusk or dawn?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but maybe we're wrong. But she says it to him, dusk or dawn.
Well, she heard him say it to his mother because she came to Chicago for Christmas.
That's a lot to infer. If that was just all she heard, she's like,
It is.
and also kind of odd. But he goes, "Damned if I know." And then he drives away. And now we're on to Mr. Michael Harding. Unless you have anything to say about Shawna, I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
And then it truly is barely brought up again.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like you drop this thing like, I guess I'm in love with somebody that's transgender. Haven't really said much about it before, and now moving on. It's like, you're reading it and going, he should be, if this is truly the person he loves is like, I used to be a guy. You'd be like, that's on my mind. This is on my mind. I can't think about this man.
Yeah, he's more woke than you, that's all.
I'm just trying to put myself in 1992.
I know.
Again, they do not establish their back. The times are coming closer as he's getting ready, and he's the flash forwards are getting less.
Yes.
And it's still, he's just like, am I going to be able to beat the champion? And they still have not said who it is. And I just sort of, why the mystery? He even goes, Jesus, the champion's big. And it's like, you know who it is. You've talked about him. You did coke with him.
Yeah.
He goes to Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm just going to I'm going to say it right now. The last time he's going to his mom's. He's going to his childhood home. She said she was moving to Nebraska, dude.
Oh, that's right.
But he tried to, I think he then catches himself later and is like, oh yeah, okay, boy. This is why. He shows up at this house.
Because he shows up and someone's got letters for him, right?
Yeah, I feel like he wrote this, and I don't know what happened here. He got all twisted around. He goes to his house. He's like, is Bonnie here? And he's like, what happened to Erling? Her boyfriend. And the guy's like, nah, man. And you can't tell if this he's going to the show, but he's acting like he's not a wrestling fan. It's been 2 weeks. He's been feuding with Sonny Logan. He has his head shaved. He looks like Hulk Hogan. You got to remember during all of this, he looks like Hulk Hogan. He has maybe 2 weeks worth of growth on his head. He tries to say, oh, my gimmick. He doesn't even say the word gimmick. But here's what I got highlighted, and maybe you do too. The guy goes, oh, wait, you're that wrestler. I got something for you. Your mom left something for you. He goes, oh, yeah, wait, I'll get it. He turned and glanced over his shoulder, looked back at him over his shoulder. He goes, I'd invite you in, but me and the wife were just getting ready to take a bath. Conserve water, you know. He added with a wink. I'm going, what? At that point, what the fuck is going on? So he comes back. He's got 2.
I didn't even get that to be in I was just like, so out. I didn't even get the sex joke in the first time I read it.
So he's like, we're taking up my ass. And I was like, why is he telling him this? And then so he hands him the envelopes. He has 2 envelopes. And this dummy, our hero, goes, I said, hey, have a happy bath. I wished him a happy bath. And then this guy winks again and guaranteed me that it would be. So now those people are in their bathtub canoodling. He's outside on their stoop. He's reading the envelopes. And one's from the first one is from his mom. And she's like, well, we don't talk at all on the phone, and I don't know where you live anymore. I've been sending these letters, and I've moved to Lincoln, Nebraska, just outside of it, and I like Shawna, and I like that you're not such a crazy person. I feel like we're getting to a good place.
Yeah.
Oh, and Erling says hi. Okay.
Yes.
And the other letter's from the old Undertaker, which it took me a minute to remember who the fuck is Trevor.
Yeah. Is it a childhood friend?
No, it's the Undertaker.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And he's written him, and he's like, "Hey, saw Chuck kill himself. Well, don't take that personally.
Where did Trevor go?
I think he retired, right? He quit because his wife. Right, he quit. I thought that too, and was like, I think he quit because his wife got mad at him, and he was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Remember, he got caught in the threesome.
Which Brad Burner, if that's the case,
yeah, there's a pickup.
Brad Burner is going to demolish Thomas Rockhart. Thomas has lost the Undertaker to just quitting because of his wife. Chuck, Randy Savage is dead. Like, this roster is depleted. No wonder he turns.
DiBiase just jumped.
DiBiase just jumped. Sonny Logan's going to jump. Of course, he turns to Michael Harding.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I just remembered because Michael Harding, this author is in love with Shawn Michaels. We talked about how his fake character in other books is called Shawn Michaels, and I'm sitting there going, his love that used to be a guy. Probably, if you're thinking about it, probably looked like a young Shawn Michaels. But his name's Shawna. And then I'm like, dude, this guy.
Yeah.
Did he ever run into him in a locker room? What was the interaction? I mean, does Shawn Michaels turn to someone and go, I think this guy wants to fuck me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Chomping on his gum. I had forgotten about Trevor, and so he goes, I'm signed still a human, parentheses, not a slab of metal, parentheses, Trevor. And I'm going, is that brought up that he thought he was a slab of metal in one of his, like,
Yeah, right.
So
he goes to see his father's grave.
Yes.
Right?
And it does seem, I was even chuckling at this because so much of the book is being like, I don't know, my dad died, but I'm an orphan. And so even now, there's a lot of ash in Chicago. He keeps bringing up ash on his hand. He's trying to catch it. He knows it's from a barbecue, but now he's in the cemetery. He still has ash on his hand. He's putting ash on the tombstone. I'm going, what the fuck is he trying to get to here? I even put 3 exclamation points at one point when he was like, ashes. And they're like, oh, that's what the ash is. So finally, this is not the first time, but he's like, my grandfather told me keeping your mouth shut is the best way to keep your options open. So he doesn't say anything to his dad, but then he does whisper, I miss you, Dad. I love you. And there's a lot of birds. Again, he's thinking cinematically. There's a lot of mention of like birds. He only hears the birds. It's very like, oh, he's at a. I wonder if
they flew into the sticky air,
dude. If this guy was making the hot, humid Chicago air, if this guy was, I promise you, he was making this movie, he'd be like, we gotta wait till the sun is possibly setting or possibly rising, and then that is, dusk till dawn, and we don't know. What is it? The cemetery. Yeah, he's like that shot would be in almost every moment. If it wasn't raining when emotions were.
Yeah.
Transparent blood rain. So then he gets a hold of a paper. Who's reading it? Does it matter? Somebody's reading it. Sonny Logan's reading it, the Rosemont Horizon. He goes there. He's like, it's been 2 weeks. I should go there.
Yep.
And somebody, he doesn't give a byline, which is shocking. He gives everybody a name. But somebody has written about Chuck Beastie and his death, and they're not nice. And the final line of this very short newspaper article, but there is a truer tragedy that of Chuck Beastie, a character who died in vain as a wannabe athlete, not even bearing his real name.
I forgot all about this stupid storyline.
It's just a guy ripping on Chuck Beastie, being like, "What a loser." So
it's someone yelling at Phil Mushnick, basically.
because it comes back around. This is all of a sudden Ben Peller's like, oh, and by the way, to the media type saying it's fake, because what this does, this spurs him to cut a promo. He tears the paper in half. I just also wrote, when I was writing, he tilted his head curtly. Give me a live interview tonight. I wrote deja vu. I was truly having deja vu in my living room as I was reading this. I was like, what I do with deja vu? I try to think, what happened next? So I'm prepared. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? He's like, give me a mic and I'll be in the crowd. So he buys a ticket, which loser. They would have just let you be in there, but whatever. He buys a ticket. He goes and he's milling around.
Yeah.
They call him out. He, by the way, this comes in, it doesn't matter, but he saw a kid wrestling with another kid and he put him in a Boston Crab. Can you hear my wife in the basement?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that loud.
Okay.
There's Boston Crab is his move, right?
Yeah, that comes back. So he takes hold of the microphone. They escort him to a podium, so I feel like he still pictures things. Remember when they used to do the little promos on the little kind of stage, a set area? I feel like that's what he's thinking when he's thinking about this, because it's like, wait, they escorted him to a podium in the ring? It's not in the ring.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He takes the microphone, and he gave a speech that would be replayed many times at WWO telecasts over the following weeks. We're in a flash forward, flashback, flash forward. He's talking about the past, but he's also like, hey, by the way, this is a hot promo.
Yeah.
And really, he just is like, Chuck Beasley is the man, and he did not die in vain.
Yeah, right. It's not even that passionate of a defense of wrestling.
No.
And then he just says he's Michael Harding, so he's Mr. No Gimmicks Needed.
Yeah.
And that's how he's...
I'm Michael Harding, period.
Yeah.
And this is not a script. He's thrown out the script.
He's shooting.
Yeah. Vince loves it. Thomas Rockhart Jr., he loves it.
Unbelievable.
He can't. And then he sends him out to have a match with the Big Boss Man, and they change the finish. They're like, the crowd loves you. You're going clean as a sheet.
Yeah. With the Boston Crab. Crab. That's when he uses it. Yeah. A traditionalist, O'Malley laughed approvingly.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's
he's in a headlock.
Chuckling in the headlock going, yes. I did like that. Yeah. Harding. They loved it. They're getting the WWO universes. They love Michael Harding.
Yeah.
He has a T-shirt that's just selling like hotcakes. It says Michael Harding on the front and just says "period" on the back. And for some reason, I thought about Benoit's shirt. "Prove me wrong." I don't know, that instantly popped into my head. "Prove me wrong." We find out that the bad boy, Benny Flair, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and I was like, again, it's one of those, is the champion of IWC, and he is a commodity. And now he thinks I'm a commodity. I'm a top guy. I'm a Hulk Hogan. I'm a Ric Flair. I'm in that competition. Yeah. Vince wants to use me to make money.
Well, he wanted to trademark his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he says, no, that's my name. And so then they settle on, well, we'll trademark and call you Mr. Michael Harding. And he's like, fine.
Oh, that's right.
I like this. Because of some tax maneuvers, quote unquote, Rockhart could now negotiate my contract, renegotiate it. And I was like, I hope so. Because you have 3 properties and a car, and you're only making 100. What did he say? I'm making $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
And now he's making $40,000 each month. But there's also a clause that said if I left the WWO, I couldn't work for another wrestling organization until a full year had expired. With this safeguard in place, Rockhart felt secure I would not hop. Hippo says, yeah.
Well. Hey, what do you mean felt secure? You were secure.
Rockhart felt secure.
Yeah, but
He
you
needed
wouldn't
the
have to feel
claws.
something.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the guy signed the contract. There's no reason to feel secure.
It made
You
him feel
are.
secure. The contract was fine.
He was pretty sure I wouldn't go to the ICW. Yeah. No, he knows
I
you're
hope so.
not.
Legally, yeah, you're bound. Thomas Rockhart Jr. was fond of joking, any moron can be popular for a few months. It takes a real moron to connect with pro wrestling audiences. That seems harsh. I thought all your top stars.
It's self-effacing.
There was the WWO's annual Night of Titans was announced.
Yeah.
That is Slam Fest, I guess. So he says that the Vince character's having him beat a baby face, leading up to him beating the top baby face. It just seems like bad booking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So then he spends a lot of his time though. Now he's in the machine. He's a baby face. He's on the rise, so he's going to a lot of public relations, a lot of PR.
Well, no, he was doing a face versus face match against Scotty the Body Fitzman,
Yes.
who'd been working as a fitness gimmick.
Yep.
Do you think that's anybody?
Chris Candido?
I know, but it doesn't seem to be in the realm of like the age of these guys.
I mean, he's in that world. Do you think he ever crossed paths with him, or do you think Candido would have been too young?
I got high with him.
Yeah. Ben Peller staring at Sonny and being like, "But what if she used to be a man?"
He's looking at Cloudy.
I mean, God, yeah. It would have been like, and then Ben Peller was Cloudy. I'd be like, okay.
But he's already doing the Make-A-Wish shit.
He is, and I like his. I chuckled at his collection of like where he was going. He was like children's hospitals, orphanages, and other places rife with photo ops. So he's like grouping like children's hospitals, orphanages, or like I don't know, the grocery store opening up. The orphanages always hit me the hardest. After an afternoon of talking with parentless kids, I would often sob alone in my car on the way to the arena. Get it together, man. But he says all my senses felt like those of a newborn.
Well, yeah, he's newly sober.
Yeah, he's sober. He's seeing the world. The grass is greener. The sun is a little bit brighter.
You've been fucked up the entire book.
Yeah. But then he's like, hey, Sonny Logan's still doing steroids. And I'm like looking lean and mean now because I'm not like all bulky and shit. And it cuts to an interview with Harry Winters.
No, that's not. He's feeling the opposite because he says he ceased all steroid use and he lost the added thickness.
Yeah.
But he said each night I felt smaller and smaller in comparison to Scotty Fitzman.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Sonny Logan.
No, he's talking about Scotty the Body. But he is this. You know the reason why is because he assigns the Hogan story to Fitzman because he says Fitzman had vitamins.
Yeah, and he's even sponsoring it. Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, that's Sonny Logan's thing, saying take your vitamins. Yeah. And so then, I did. I totally didn't even catch it with Scotty Fitzman. I was like, okay, Sonny Logan. He's getting smaller than Sonny Logan, which he does bring up. Sonny Logan, like his frame blocked me out. He's kind of intimidating him. But they cut to an interview of Harry Winters, who you later figure out this is Larry King.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think Larry King. I'll let you know here. So Harry Winters is doing the thing where he's like...
Oh, he's on there to defend wrestling.
Yes. It's just out of nowhere.
I knew there was a reason I didn't remember this.
It's out of nowhere. It's just like...
We'd already forgotten about that.
It literally ends with him being like, I'm wrestling this guy, this is what's happening to me. And then it's like he's getting it. Isn't it fake? Let's get real.
This show is fake.
I did highlight he called him Harry, and then out of nowhere he calls him Harold. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
He's like Chris Jericho.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, so wait, is Michael Harding writing this because he said Harold after he goes, hell, Harold?
Oh, yeah.
But then he's like, Larry King's bothering him. He starts shooting on him. He's like, well, let's go off script. You were married a bunch of times and you've had face work and this and that. And Harold Winters is like, bah, 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 how dare you? What is happening? He's trying to get cut to commercial. And he goes, they finally cut to commercials. And he goes, Harold Winters goes, those were some low blows. Sounding more genuinely stunned than angry. And Michael Harding goes, don't fuck with my sports, sweetheart. And he winked at him. Wink. And this is on CNN. Why is Brad Burner letting one of his top shows interview the competition? Bad move, Brad. It's on CNN. It's everywhere. It's on national papers. U.S. Today runs a poll going, who won the argument? It was Michael Harding.
79%.
Which 13,000 readers, USA Today. That's low. That can't be correct. He just threw a number out. 79% of the 13,000 readers who phoned in. He could just be being very specific. Of all the readership, only 13,000, and of that, only X amount. So really, it's not a lot of people. Hippo Hailberg's at the Pittsburgh Civic Center, and I was crushed that no food was brought up.
Yeah.
So he goes to his hotel, and there's a contract slipped under the door. And it says, name your price.
Mm-hmm.
And it says you can contact him at any time. Brad Burner. He doesn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And Michael Harding calls him and says, what? Go ahead.
Didn't he sign the other contract?
Yes, he did. They did renegotiate the contract. So he should just be like, well, I can't even sign this. I don't even know. But no, he's kind of looking at it like, whoa. Yeah. And
true American.
Vince calls him, before it ends, Vince calls him and goes, you're going to be world champion in 6 days. And he's like, he grabs his bed, he's like, oh shit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Now it's true American. If you weren't sure before, I wrote sigh underneath it.
The football was about to start falling.
That I didn't highlight, but I did think about, because I was like, is this a reference to something? Like, when he was a kid, or
yeah, I don't know what.
Is this about Lucy and the football? But then he hasn't ever really done something like that, where he was trying for something and like failed miserably. Yeah, I don't know. The football was about. So, American Dreamin' is stitched in red across the shirt's glossy blue. I'm a t-shirt guy. I went, why is the shirt glossy? Unless it's some kind of like, polyester material.
Yeah.
I wrote something I can't even read my own notes. Look at
There's nothing going on here.
I'm like, why are they treating him like a bad guy? I thought they were cheering. I got confused about that. The crowd is so mixed on him, but they're supposed to be like really. He has said at this point that they love him, but this whole time the ring boy is being like, "Fuck you." People like he thought somebody was going to throw tobacco on him. I was like, I thought everybody loves him.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
He catches the T-shirt. Hogan rips off his T-shirt and throws it at him. He catches it and he gives it to the previous ring boy and goes, I'm not that bad of a guy, can I?
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. Now the Dusk Till Dawn painting is predicting the end of the world. He talks to Thomas Rockhart about Sonny Logan. Sonny Logan's going to leave.
Yeah, Logan's jumping.
Rockhart calls him a balding rhinoceros.
He does get very mad right away.
They do a press conference at the Crystal Ship, aka Titan Towers. And this would never happen in reality. where like Vince and Hulk Hogan start shooting on themselves in front of like the general media, and Vince is like, "You're old." I mean, they did do this, like, but not this blatant, like, where somebody's like there for the local paper, and he's like, "You're old." And he's like, "Well, I gotta think about my kids. You don't pay me anything."
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And then Michael Harding sitting there because it's like the Slam Fest press conference. And he's like, "I'm taking the
I don't know. Think about if that would have happened like the month before Montreal. Would have been insane.
Were they where
Vince
Brett
has
starts
a press conference
and
where
Brett
he says
starts
Brett's
going-
leaving, and Sean's there,
yeah,
and then Brett and Vince get into it.
Yeah, and Brett's going, "Well, you're not even worth $20 million."
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane.
Or comparatively, this would be like Hulk Hogan and Yokozuna before King of the Ring, and Vince yelling at Hulk while Yokozuna quietly sits there, wondering if he's going to get the win on his way out. So they had this press conference, and then Sonny Logan's like, "Oh, by the way, Vince's. I'm just talking about Vince's dad. Vince's dad died." And Michael Harding goes, "That's what we had in common. Lacking a father figure. That's why we've always been drawn to each other."
Well, but the end of the press conference, though, is Logan saying he's not going to lose. And then cut to half hour later, Rockert's like, "What the hell do you mean you're not going to lose?"
Yeah, Sonny Logan is
so
refusing
we got a
the
disputed
job.
finish coming up. So now, we know our match that's been playing throughout the whole book is this match coming up. Right?
We do get it via Kavanaugh gets a whole big write-up. She's a woman in the office at Crystal Ship. There's 3 women or something like that read all the mail. And they give the wrestlers, and it's like, this sounds so convoluted. The letters they like or think the wrestlers would like, they give them those. What are the letters for Domino, if any? And is the woman like, "I cannot give him encouragement. I cannot give him this letter."
Yeah.
He gets a letter, and it's about a kid dying of cancer. Oh, wait. Before even all that, he goes to meet Vince at a coffee shop. Thomas Rockhart Jr. And this is where Vince is like, "It's going to be a shoot, and we're going to ring the damn bell." He proposes Montreal.
Where is that at?
It happens he goes into via Kavanaugh, and talking about that in the hospital, and he's like, "I'm going to go visit Robert." But before I could, Thomas Rockhart contacts him to go to a coffee shop at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You're going to put him in the Boston Crab, and I'm going to ring the damn bell."
Right.
And he's kind of like, "What?" And then he's like, "This is pro wrestling, baby. And I'm the fucking booker." He says that too.
Yeah.
And
Earl's in on it.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
He does say he's kind of thinking about what Rockhart said, and then he's like, "Nothing's ever easy. Nothing ever is." And he goes, "Oh, Shawna said that." And then thinking of her made me even more confused and upset, and I pushed her from my mind, which is like, that's not great. Where he's like, "Shawna, oh yeah, she said she was a guy." God damn it! Anyways, I gotta go.
And then what does he do?
Well, you realize
he shifts. Yes, that's what I was going to say. He realized vaguely.
Yeah, he's messing with the salt shakers.
He forgot how to play checkers.
He forgot how to play checkers. I had forgotten how to play the damn game. But this boggled my mind, but was too unsurprised by this to laugh at it. And I turned this sentence over in my head a million times, like, I was too unsurprised to laugh at it. So I guess he's just dejected, I guess, that he's like, this would be funny, that I'm this dumb. But I'm just so not surprised by my dumbness.
Yes.
I mean...
So he sees the fucking kid.
he sees the kid, and I wanted to Google this and be like, is this real about this neuro whatever?
Neuroblastoma is real.
Okay, I wanted to get into it and see how much was this something that he actually had personal experience with, or something he just Googled, or at that time
Yes.
AOL'd.
Yes. That.
The kid starts talking like him, and I'm like, here we go. He goes, you ever get down? He asked. Because sometimes, I don't know, I wonder if I can beat this. It just hurts. I try to picture the treatments like matches, like radiation as my manager. And it's just like, oh God. These analogies are just like as hard, like as like sweaty as the ones that Ben Peller comes up with.
Yes.
Uh,
It's neuroblaster versus neuroblastoma.
yes.
God.
He's fighting, he's wrestling his cancer. And what does Dave Meltzer say about this guy's cancer treatment? Did he blow the lid off of this thing?
Oh, come on.
This guy predicted the Roman Reigns, Dave Meltzer leukemia fiasco. Of course, the kid also has no dad. His dad had died of colon cancer when he was 5. So again, this guy's also like, rack him up, no dads.
Yep.
So he goes to Sonny Logan, and he spills the beans, and he's like, Heron told me, and I'm like, am I supposed to know who Heron is? Is that Hippo's real name?
No, that's the Earl Hebner.
Oh, Heron. Okay, so Heron is
Yeah.
jumping then, I guess, or planning to.
Yeah, he's jumping too. Yeah.
While he's talking, he's telling Sonny Logan, he finally says, hey, I met you once when I was a kid. He wasn't even a kid. He was like a teenager because he goes to school like 2 years later. During all this, he wondered idly if every human being lived in their own individual dimension, all joined only by a bare thread of what we were taught to label as reality. And again, I'm like, you guys are like, yeah, I remember that. And he's going, what if every individual dimension? Like, what weird thought are you having right now? What are you talking about? Is this supposed to be surreal for him that he's having this conversation? He's done coke with this man.
Yeah.
So they agree.
So to parse this out, Hebner went and told Hogan that they were going to screw him.
Yeah. And
But then
Hogan
Michael
said, I was going to tell you.
comes clean.
Yeah, he tell him clean.
Right,
He goes, oh shit, I was going to tell you that I already knew.
Right.
I think.
And then what they come up with is the dumbest goddamn idea. But we'll get to that, I guess.
Hogan says, nobody knows me. Nobody knows that my real name is Edward Hemmings, like the fans.
Yeah.
And that I sucked a pacifier until I was 6. And I still don't know how to swim. It's like, this guy, that's quite the picture in my mind. You're painting a real dumb guy. And he was also being picked on for being tall.
Yeah.
The only mirrors I like are the ones that come with smoke. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Agree on that. He's tired of his own gimmick. He wishes he could be like him. And then he says, when you go for the Boston Crab, then we're going to shoot. And you have to win this title legitimately. You have to. We're going to fight in the ring.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. They're gonna act like they're carrying out the screw job and then start shooting on each other.
And then 15 in the ring with the Dream. And
they couldn't just work out a financial fucking. I don't know. There seems like so many better ideas than this.
Which also,
and then
he really hasn't painted this connection with Hulk Hogan character, other than like he did coke with him and he liked him when he was a kid, but the other guy was his favorite wrestler, and so like they're now having this where they're like, all right,
like it's them versus
it's
the
Apollo and
promoters
Rocky
of the world. Yeah,
it's like, all right, here we go. Somebody Sonny Logan says, "You ready, Michael?" His voice like a tractor's rumble, turning over dirt. Okay.
It's different than when it's idling.
His eyes are so blue, and like Keith Lee, they're limitless. Billy draws, "Old Tommy Boy's gonna shit his pants." So they go there. They do their match. He's dripping with exhaustion. 20 minutes.
Yeah, they start. What? They go into the spot, right?
Yep. And then he goes, "Now," he pants, "we shoot."
Yeah.
And the audience does sense something's amiss.
Yeah.
Don't know why they would. They've been doing it completely normal, and all they're doing now is circling each other. Maybe they picked up on him going.
Well, but come on, the way you circle each other to shoot is not the way you ever do it in a wrestling
They're
match.
doing a match. They're doing near falls.
It would look like
they're both
when
doing
Tenta and that Japanese guy shot on each other.
Okay.
Right, you knew something.
The air's changed.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they both come up with their dukes up. Okay, now it's real.
But they do moves.
I know. And then they proceed. I noted this. And then they proceed to have a wrestling match.
Yes.
They're putting each other they're doing catch wrestling. They're rolling around, exchanging holds, and I'm going, okay. He puts him in a bear hug, and he's trying to crack his ribs that already were hurt earlier. His knees hurt, and he's going. It's the Survivor Series with Backlund and Hart. He's going, do you give up?
Yeah.
No. He thinks he's gonna beat him. They're exchanging forearms. They're standing. They're doing fighting spirit, and he rocks him. And he's like, "I'm gonna win." Vince is on the outside, which I thought Vince was the commentator all this time. But now he's doing the Vince in Montreal. He's on the outside of the ring, not at the announce table.
Yeah.
And he's going, "Come on, you fucker!" He's screaming. Not being picked up, I hope, on the pay-per-view. Count faster! He's crying at the ref. And then, in this shoot fight, our hero goes up to the top turnbuckle to deliver an elbow drop, I guess. And Logan moves out of the way in a shoot fashion. Yeah. And then he drops a shoot leg drop. And it knocks Michael Harding out cold. But he regains consciousness to kick out. And
well, that's because he blew out his knee.
Yes, his right knee explodes.
And then he gets leg
And then
dropped.
he sees, and then he blacks out.
Yes.
And then he snaps to, he kicks out. He's like, "What? Whoa, I blacked out." And he kicks out of fear, ugh!
Yeah. So he kicks out of the leg drop.
80,000 throats gasp. I just kicked out of the leg drop. And he notes that he thinks Thomas Rockhart Jr., the Vince, is now in thrall. He's lost in the match. He's like, whoa, he can't even believe it.
Yeah.
Logan's
so what's Hogan get him in?
Well, Hogan's doing the NXT face. He can't even believe it. He's looking at it with mute wonder.
Mute wonder.
So then Hogan does the figure 4, which I'm like, again, this is a shoot. He drops the figure 4. His knee is literally splintering away. And he's like, you give up. He's like, no. They're doing the thing where they're sitting down, but then the figure 4 yells, screaming at each other. And I'm like, again, this is a shoot. Do you give up? Yes. No. Logan's imploring, come on, kid. Don't make me break your leg. He's like, do it. Break it.
Yeah.
And he does, I guess. And then the bell rings. And Logan releases the hold. And he embraces.
Well, he passes out.
He does?
You don't think that's what happens?
He says, no way. I scream louder, never. Then the bell is pounding.
but it's never with a dash. That makes me think
You think
fades to
then he's
black.
like, oh, I thought he was being interrupted by the bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Because why wouldn't Rockert have just... Oh, well, what do you think? They're screwing him?
Well, no, what happens is the ref says, I thought that he was really going to hurt himself. And so I rang the bell. I motioned for the bell to be rung. Earl takes over and says, because I didn't want to see him
Is
get
this
hurt.
what you think or what you would
No,
infer?
it says it. It says
okay. I must have missed that.
it goes, so Hogan hugs him and goes, you are one crazy son
I
of
was
a
in a
bitch.
daze reading all of this.
He's smiling at Hogan because Hogan's like, you're crazy. And he's like, I
Yeah.
did it. And he's like, did what? So Vince is yelling at people. He's yelling at, why did you ring the bell? How in the hell could you ring the bell? He's screaming at the ref. He never submitted. For Christ's sake, Thomas, the kid's leg was ready to snap. Sides, you wanted to pull a false... He said sides. You wanted to pull a false finish with the dream, so don't give me this moral routine shit. You're fired. But then he does what Vince would do.
And he calls Hogan a big balding gorilla.
Yep, he goes again with the animal, and you're a bald animal. Fired, fired, fired. And then Logan pulls a Brett and cracks Thomas Rock Art Jr. square on the jaw, sending him to the ground. A tall paramedic is like, great match. And I was like, what's this?
Yeah.
Sonny Logan says goodbye. They give each other a little wrestling handshake.
The limp one.
Yep. And he goes, hey, Edward. Because you told me your name. Oh, yeah, we skipped this. Sonny Logan's like, hey, man, why didn't you ever draw me? And he was like, because I didn't want to ruin the myth.
Yeah.
And I didn't even, when they were doing their matches, I didn't even clock that he hadn't drawn him. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. It's not as important as Ben Peller thinks it is.
When he drops it again, it's like, oh, yeah, he was drawing everybody, wasn't he? So then he's laughing. They even do the Apollo Rocky thing. Hey, if you want a rematch. No.
Yeah.
So in the final chapter, the whopping 3 pages.
Yeah.
Michael at last. He's had knee surgery because his leg was, the ref fucked up because his knee was already completely in shredded. The 3 of us are all assembled on the couch watching a press conference on WWO Superstars, not capitalized, don't know what he's talking about, assume that means the show.
Yeah.
A new weekly show appearing on a 24-hour sports cable channel that's in competition with Brad Burner's 24-hour sports cable channel. Ugh, horrible sentence, but I assume he means ESPN. I guess.
Yeah, or it could have been a sports channel.
I don't know what's the TNT would be. What did Turner have? TNT, I guess. But he didn't really have an all.
Yeah, he doesn't have a 24-hour sports channel.
What is it? Slam Fest. That was another wrinkle we kind of glossed over, was that Brad Burner wanted WWO footage at one point, and Vince asked for top dollar, and that pissed off Brad Burner that he wanted like a decent chunk of change for his footage, and that made Brad want to do this WCW bunch. So it's Vince on screen, and he goes, look at the footage. The ref rings the bell. He's saying, no, I'm not submitting. So that means when he comes back, he's not going to be champion. He's going to be #1 contender. Yeah. And he's watching this outside of Lincoln, Nebraska with his mom and Erling. And she's like, it's being very cozy. She's kind of getting a kick out of all this.
She likes that she can call him Michael now because he's not living his damn gimmick.
Yeah, he's not the wild man.
And then Mom asks, how's Shawna doing?
Mm-hmm. And she's a complex person. And Mom goes, I liked her. He goes, I like her too. And then he says something that's, again, where I'm like, Ben. For a second, I'm almost tempted to reveal Shawna's former identity, but I quickly dismiss this as the kind of secret that, like my grandfather's $7,000 for care of the glove, would just be better kept to myself. For a while, anyway. Dude, why would you go up for why would it even cross your mind? Why would you think, this might be a secret? And also, then it made me think about the $7,000 thing, which we were at the time like, why is this a secret? What is this? Why is he
Yeah, that
keeping this to
doesn't.
himself? Who cares?
Yeah. Right.
But this is not the same. He's like, it's just the same thing. Like, eventually I'll tell somebody. He's like, why would you do that to her?
Well, it's fun to gossip.
Yeah.
You're not a
He
gossip
is a
like
little
that. I am.
He's a
People
little
know not to
gossip.
tell me anything.
This BJ, he's calling BJ the love of my life. Remember Shawna, bro?
Yep.
She used to be a guy. And he's like, shouldn't she be telling me this on her own time? No.
You have much higher standards for people than I do.
I guess if I was him, I'd be like, not my thing to tell. But then Erling is talking about his damn future faucets that we went into, where he's actually a success. He's something that's going to help the future, and he's like, he stops talking about his huge successes to be like, hey, how are you hurt if that's all that fake shit? And the mom, hey, we're coming back around. The mom goes, it's not fake. She's now the one screaming it like a weirdo. It's not fake. Yeah. It's a work. And he goes, go, Mom.
It's known as a work.
Go, Mom. And then
how does that mean it's not fake?
And scene.
Yeah.
So he leaves Nebraska.
No, we got to cut to a more romantic scene where he's 60 miles outside of Denver.
Yes.
So he's on a dirt road and he hits a payphone.
And he realizes that he didn't even take the picture from her. Or he doesn't know where it is even. Is that what it is?
Which picture?
The broken dock, the original Dusk or Dawn.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it wasn't in the new place.
Nowhere to be seen. Or, he walks to a phone booth. It takes a while. Even though I no longer need crutches, the doctor warned me to walk with care, little steps. Ben Peller's thinking like, little steps. He calls Shawna. She's like, hey, you wrestled the match. He's like, yeah. He wants to tell her all about it. She goes, are you still a pro wrestler? No. I answer, touching my fingers to the surrounding glass. He's looking at Earth. He's like tracking the sun with his finger as it like goes down. He's like following it with his finger. And of course he describes it as a collection of energy patiently approaching this planet. Millions of years from now, an unseen cycle will find completion, and the same force that has brought life for so long will bring death. Outside red turns to black, but I am not afraid. I feel part of this transition of light somewhere deep inside, ready to challenge the potential of dreams and make life a wonderfully ungraspable portrait. I'm just me, I say at last. Oh, it ended like it was again him just being like sweaty and being like, here we go, another word vomit salad for you.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some goofy shit in that
My
last
wife just
pages.
fell down the stairs on that, but are you all right? Okay. What did you think of it overall, Larry?
I enjoyed reading it. But I enjoyed it probably in the way I like bad movies, though.
Did you feel like me? Maybe the same thing with bad movies. Where you're like, oh shit, why haven't I self-published anything then? If it's this easy, I mean, maybe 20 years from now, somebody will be reading the Wilson Larry book that they self-published and going, these fucking guys.
No, because I feel like I would be him, and it'd be bad.
Well, I mean,
so I do admire people
that go out and just do it. even if
I
it's
don't
bad.
know, but
Well,
then they're always annoying people in real life because
True.
then you got to know about it.
True.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But you also do have to. I mean, maybe that's all it takes. I mean, That's it. Goes into that bad movie thing. The best bad movies are where they're really swinging for the fences. I don't know if he
Yeah,
was really.
absolutely.
I don't know if he was really swinging for the fences. He definitely had
Come
his.
on.
I mean, he definitely put the transgender thing in there.
Yeah, just the flowery language.
I mean, he was trying. Yeah, he was really like,
He had
I'm
themes
writing a
in this
novel.
book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm writing a
this
novel.
is the great American story right here.
I mean, I'd be curious. I mean, I'm wondering if you're right. And then in his other books, he delves more into dating transgender people, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think. Wow. Did we actually talk about me reading that short story about the cougar?
No, did you really read a short
I
story?
bought it.
You bought it. Okay.
I bought the Kindle version. It was like
Yeah.
99 cents. It's just a chapter from that
Yeah.
Los Angeles book.
Yeah.
But again, it's weird because he visits a nursing home because he has sex with older women.
Okay.
And he's looking for one that he has a relationship with, and she's dead. But she told someone that being with him were the happiest she's been in years. So he's like,
So we're
takes
talking
solace
really
in it.
old.
Yeah,
It is the
really
cougar
old.
thing, and it's like we're past
But
cougars.
what's weird is that the people talking to Ben Peller don't know he's the guy, but he keeps on talking as if he's not the guy. So it's some more wacky ass shit.
Again, where he's kind of like low key. I wouldn't say embarrassed, but he's just like writing both lines. Where he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I don't know. He's an odd. He's a curious, like all those. He's a curious person. You do kind of want to sit down with him and going, "What?" You would want to sit down with him once and then be like, "Okay, I get it. I don't have to do
you'd
this
figure
anymore." Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So now we're gonna do Strangle Hold, and Gus is gonna show up.